Robbie, just initial thoughts on just how the summer has gone for you guys as you're here in the middle of week 2.
No, it's definitely been a process, with a lot of new guys. So, everybody's got to get up to speed with, Coach Sturt's style. But it's been a lot of fun, working with this group of guys. And, we're looking to do the same thing we did last year, grind it out this summer.
Robbie, you obviously last year, you came in first year, all new guys, right, that you had to work with last year. There's about, I guess, 8 or so, or a handful of so guys that you're working with that are new, and almost the whole team is basically new in a way in terms of numbers-wise. There's more people new coming in than have been around. What can you tell me about what that's like, maybe how it compares to the first offseason, first preseason you had with the team, first summer you had with the team versus this one?
With the first season, last season, I was in the guys' shoes that they're in right now. And so I know what they're going through, trying to learn a new style of, offense, defense, and all that. And so just being able to use that, recent, series that I dealt with last year, using that now. And then definitely with the guys that we have coming back this year, a lot of guys, especially like Jabo, who's been through it, for a little while, we're able to help these guys, get up to speed quicker and, just try to build it as fast as we can.
How much more of a leadership piece do you feel you have in this year's team in terms of just speaking up in practice to also leading by example, which you've done a lot during your time?
I think my leadership piece is real big this year. Obviously Coach Schertz talked about, everybody's a leader in their own way. But, with, like I said, like Hunter noticed, we got a lot of new people this year. And so me being an experienced guy, with only 1 year under my belt, but, being an experience for our team, it's definitely huge for us to kind of, like you said, set like an example, and do our best to help them.
What's that like when you get a bunch of new guys in the gym? Is it almost like just kind of taking you back a little bit, where you get a bunch of new guys in the gym and everyone's like compete, get those spots, and being on the court for the first time with some of those guys? What's that like for you?
I think it's a lot of fun. A lot of people take it as a challenge, because everybody's new, they don't know what to do, and so everybody's battling, we're all competing, and so just trying to do our best as for ourselves, but also as a whole, just compete every single day, and iron sharpens iron, and everybody is doing their best out there, getting better.
Yeah, coming off just last season, very successful, one of the most successful the seasons have been in quite some time. I mean, what do you think are the expectations and the message to the team out there for all the fans and all the fours?
Last year, like you said, we had a great season, but I think everybody on that team last year knows that we left a few games and left a lot on the table last year, and so we just want to, Coach Schertz talks about maximize our potential as a team, and so we're going to do that. I think we have the talent, the character, the skill-wise as we did last year. I think we just got to put it together throughout these next upcoming months, and before the season comes around, and then we'll be set.
So Cam Henry had some workouts with the Kings in Sacramento, right, and some workouts with Portland Trailblazers. I heard he's had a little trip over there, around the street. Like, what's that like? Have you heard from him what that's been like to go on NBA workouts, like in the northwest side of the country, West Coast? Again, what's that been like for him?
Yeah, no, we've talked here and there. He said, first of all, it's a whole different level of work, obviously, with the pro level. But he's enjoying it. He's soaking everything in. It's definitely an exciting process. To go through the draft process, and so I know he's having a lot of fun. But most importantly, he's putting his head down. And he's working, to do his best.
You talked a little bit about the new guys. What about the guys who come back? Do you feel everybody has risen their game? And if so, why do you feel that the guys who've come back like yourself, that you're a better version of yourselves than you were just 4 or 5 months ago?
I think the guys that coming back know that we have to elevate ourselves, because we have big pieces coming in, to this season. And so, I know Mason's been in the gym. Mason and Drew get in the gym almost every single day. Jabo's in there every morning. Jason Kent's always talking about he's working on something. And so, I think all our guys that are coming back this year know that we have the experience under ourselves that the new guys don't. And so we have to be the ones to lead by the example, like you said.
How do you guys feel in terms of the optimism of the pieces you do bring in? Of course, not everyone gets to see you guys practice right now and know how good those pieces are, but internally, where do you guys feel those pieces will add and potentially make you guys an even better team this year?
With the pieces we got coming back, plus the guys coming in, we're excited. We had a great season last year, but like I said, it wasn't enough for, us as a whole, and so we're ready to take the next step up and, do something and win some championships.
Have you had any conversations with Coach Schertz about what the kind of role you're going to be carving out for next season?
We haven't really had, specific conversations, but, he knows, I know that, I got to step up. Last year I was a freshman. I mean, even then for myself, I don't take that much as an excuse. I was just new to the league, but, with the year under my belt, I think it's time to, show, who I am as a player, being one of the better players in the league.
Robbie, this is a question I asked a couple different athletes across different sports. So I know all these guys are new. You guys are learning like who can jump higher, who's stronger, things like that. Can you tell me if there's any guys out here that could play like college sport, like play on any other teams at ISU, other sports? Like any of these guys are like athletes that can play baseball, football, like anything like that. Anything you can give me for?
Yeah,
any
no,
or
I
two?
mean we got some a few Jets on our team. I think Jew's a guy that he's a fast guy. I think Swope is too. He's real fast, and so those guys definitely can get on the track. Run maybe. I wouldn't say put them on the football field, but they can get on that track. Me and Jabo, we've been playing football. From grade school all the way to high school. I think we can get up there on that football field. Jason Kentner claimed that he could play football. He played 1 year of flag. I wouldn't listen to him. So he's like how Jimmy Butler said he could play wide receiver. That's not him.
Yeah.
And so we got a couple of guys that are multi-sports. I know Mason's pretty good with the baseball. So I think Derek played football a little bit too. I know his dad's a high school coach, and so we got some not just basketball players, but we got some athletes too.
A little bit back to you, Robbie, just physically, where do you feel the difference of last summer where you just came in as a freshman to this year? What were things you wanted to focus on just in terms of your physicality and strength and how your body is?
Just getting in with our strength guy, Ken, just working, every single day. The numbers have definitely went up from, when I came in here as a freshman. But he always talked to us. It's a process, the strength doesn't come in, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. It's an overtime process. And so you got to put in the daily work and, eventually it'll show.